And since I don't see any more hands, I can ask the second thing I've never heard an answer for you from. Speaking of natural disasters, what is romantic love? Because I understand the impersonal love, like the love that we feel for everything. I can understand the sexual attraction, infatuation, the biological thing. And I can even understand the love of friendship, like the falling in love with another body-mind. Like only today I think I must have fallen in love with 3 people.
Is that all?
But yeah.
What's wrong with all the rest of them?
I haven't had a chance to talk to that many people
yet.
But from a level of friendship, like meeting fantastic individuals and sharing a deep connection with them, but not in a romantic way. And this body mind has never experienced romantic love without attachment and the sense of lack. So is romantic love simply the combination of these 3 aforementioned factors, like pure love, sense of friendship, and sexual infatuation? And is the ingredient that my separate self is looking for is beyond that simply the ingredient of lack? Or is there something more special to romantic love?
Yes, I would say there was something more special to romantic love, and that it's not just ordinary friendship plus the sense of lack. I think that's you're too young to be so cynical about romantic love.
I'm married once.
Okay. No, I would say that, let me again define, let me say how I would define love. The felt sense of our shared being. That's what I would suggest love is, just the feeling, the recognition that we share our being with everyone. In other words, love is impersonal. There's no such thing as personal love and impersonal love. I would suggest that all love is impersonal, by which I mean it's not based on who we are as people. It's not based on our individual characters. It's the recognition that behind our characters, irrespective of how likable or unlikable our characters may be, we are the same being. That's what love is, the recognition that we share our being. In other words, love's got nothing to do with the person or the character. Whether we like somebody or not is to do with the extent to which our character resonates with them. Our thoughts, feelings, actions, emotions, etc. So, in other words, we don't like everybody. We like some people, we dislike others, and we are neutral about others because our characters, our conditioning resonates with some and not with others, and even conflicts with others. Those are the ones we dislike. So whether we like someone or not is to do with our character, but whether we love someone or not is nothing to do with our character. On the contrary, it bypasses the character. It's just to do with the extent we feel we share our being with that person. And given that we share our being with all people equally, we are essentially all the same being. In this approach, we are not called to like everybody, but we are called to love everybody equally. So friendship is just a particular expression of that love. You can't be friendly with everyone in the world. You can't even meet everyone in the world, let alone be friendly. You can only meet a relatively small number of people. But friendship is the expression of our shared being, of love. We love everybody, but we're not friends with everybody. We're friends with a relatively small group of people. And romantic relationship happens with even fewer people. It's a form of friendship. It's friendship, but it's a form of friendship that is expressed on more levels than just a regular friendship. And obviously, sexual intimacy is a large part of that. Most people have numerous friends, and most of us in this culture are serial monogamists. We have not necessarily one partner in our life, but one sexual partner at a time. And that's a very unique expression of friendship that involves not just the sharing of conversation and activities, but the sharing of sexual intimacy. So romantic relationship is a very unique form of friendship. But the love is the same. The love we feel for our intimate companion, the love we feel for our families, the love we feel for our friends, the love we feel for the people that we don't know, and the love we feel for the people that we dislike is the same. How we express that love varies. We express that love in one way with the people we dislike, another way with the people we don't know, another way with the people that we know, but we're not particularly friendly with, another way with our friends, and in a unique way with our intimate companion. But it's all an expression of the same love. So it is quite possible, for instance, to have romantic relationship without attachment. It doesn't necessarily come from a sense of lack. Most people seek intimate sexual relationship in order to make up for a sense of lack. They feel a sense of lack, and they feel, if I unite with the other person will fill up my sense of lack. The other person will complete me. And that usually leads to conflict in a relationship, because it's true that to begin with, the first few weeks or the first few months or even the first few years, but at your age it's the first few weeks, just lasts for a few weeks. The other may seem to complete us for a while, but very quickly it'll become clear that the other will act in a certain way that disappoints us or lets us down, and the person that seemed to be a source of fulfillment for us will now become a source of suffering for us. So if we embark on an intimate relationship in order to fulfill ourselves, in order to make up for the sense of lack, that's usually a source of conflict in a relationship. But it's not necessary to enter all relationships from a sense of lack. You may feel perfectly at peace. You may feel great love for lots of your friends, but you may seek a particular friend in order to share and celebrate that love. And that may involve intimate sexual relations, in which case you have an intimate sexual relationship, but not out of a sense of lack. Come from a sense of joy, a sense of peace, a sense of love. And that will give your relationship the best possible chance of surviving, or at least being free of conflict, because you're not expecting the other person to fulfill you. They're not present in your life in order to fulfill you, in order to give you happiness. No, you're already happy. You want someone to dance with. You want someone to share and express and celebrate your peace and your love. So no, romantic relationship doesn't have to come from a sense of lack.
Yeah, I think the hidden motive of my separate self here is to replace its old method of using how strong the sense of lack is to identify the best romantic partner, which is, of course, an insane method. But it seemed so right at the time. And the separate self is now trying to find a new method, since it can no longer run off the, I sense a severe sense of lack here. What is the best way of detecting a potential romantic partner. That's what my separate self is trying to do by asking you the question. So feel free to not answer directly, but
the best way of,
give the separate self what it needs.
The best way to identify a sexual partner for yourself would be to look for someone in whom there was at least very little sense of lack. Ideally no sense of lack, but let's not reduce your chances to let's just say a very little sense of lack. That would be the criteria. Of course, you have to like them, you have to be sexually attracted and everything, but presuming that's in place, the real criteria, the deep question you should be asking yourself before entering into a relationship is, does this person have a strong sense of lack? If they do, go there at your peril. You may satisfy each other for a few weeks or a few months, but it'll all end in tears. And the best way to prepare yourself for an intimate relationship, and indeed the best way to make yourself very attractive to a potential partner, would be to reduce the sense of lack in yourself. Because when we see the sense of lack in someone else, it's not attractive. If we meet someone in whom there is no sense of lack, in other words, someone who's at peace and joyful, it's so attractive. Because we think, I want to know what you, I want to share. I want to be close to your peace. I want some of that. That's what's really attractive. It's not a body that is attractive. It's someone's peace, their joy, their love that is attractive. So if you want an intimate companion, that would be the best possible preparation for it. And if you find yourself without a sense of lack, without your knowing it, you're sending out a message to the universe. You're inviting the universe to appear to you in the form of someone who will appreciate this absence of lack in you. So, looking for a partner, it's not the best way to look for a partner is not necessarily to go off onto a dating site or go to we can't go to parties anymore, but go to dating sites. The best possible preparation for meeting an intimate companion would be to free yourself from the sense of lack. And you'd be surprised how the universe will respond to you.
Thanks, Rupert. This retreat has certainly paid for itself.
Yes, I mean, think of all those monthly subscriptions to dating sites, all those failed dinners, and yeah.